At the beginning of the film, a little girl is shown, whose stepfather talks him into doing wrong. The girl gets angry and pushes her stepfather down from the roof. Her stepfather dies and the girl watches him from above. 20 years later, the same girl grows up and her name is Kyoko. In Yoko's neighborhood lives a writer whose book has not yet been sold. Suddenly the doorbell rings, the writer gets up and goes to the door. There is Kyoko at the door. One of Yuko's cloths flies in the air and falls to writer's house. Kyoko comes to collect the cloth from writer. The writer brings him the cloth, which is an underwear. Both feel shame. Then Kyoko recognizes the writer. She tells him that she is a big fan of his and has also read one of his books. Then Kyoko leaves. The writer is very happy that he also has a fan. He would look for a book from the library that Kyoko had read in the childhood. Kyoko works in a hotel. The manager there likes Kyoko, and he gifted Kyoko a bottle of wine. Kyoko doesn't get him much lift. She comes home with the bottle. He also has a roommate in the house named Anomi. Kyoko shows Anomi the wine that her manager gave her as a gift, then they both sit down and drink the wine. Anomi asks Kyoko if she is having an affair with the manager. Kyoko replies no. Meanwhile, the doorbell rings. Anomi tells Kyoko that I will go and see. Anomi turns into Kyoko as she heads for the door, which means that Anomi has no physical existence. He is a fictional character of Kyoko. Kyoko actually suffers from multiple personality disorder, and Anomi is a fictional personality of Kyoko. When Kyoko opens the door, she is in the role of Anomi. Writer was standing outside and he came to give Kyoko the same book that Kyoko used to read in her childhood. But at that time there was Anomi, whose attitude towards the writer was very strict and unbiased. Anomi returns with the book and closes the door. The writer is shocked by Yoko's behavior. When Anomi returns and reunites with Kyoko, basically Kyoko, which is a conceptual combination. Kyoko also has another personality named Yukomi. She laughs watching them meet. In the morning, the writer goes to throw the garbage. Suddenly, he finds the book he gave to Kyoko in the trash. He gets very angry. Meanwhile, Kyoko is going to the hotel. Seeing the author, Kyoko grates him. But the author is very upset about why you threw the book I gave you in the garbage. Kyoko says I don't know anything about it. But the author does not believe a word of her and calls her a liar. Kyoko stands worried in her hotel. She understands that this is Anomi did. Then Yoko's mother comes there and demands money from Kyoko, and yells at Kyoko in a packed hotel. Kyoko sighs. Her mother writes the money on a slip and gives it to Kyoko, telling her that she should have the money by night. Yoko's manager comes there and asks her about the woman. Kyoko tells him that she is his mother. Then Kyoko comes to the changing room and starts changing the hotel uniform. Suddenly Anomi arrives and ties Kyoko to the ladder. And then both put out their physical fire. The manager stands outside the door enjoying Yoko's voice, and enjoys his hand. Suddenly Kyoko comes out and sees that the manager's pants is open. The manager gets embarrassed. Kyoko leaves. On the way, all four of Yoko's personalities come out. The fourth personality is a girl who always has a doll in her hand. All four start talking to Kyoko. Suddenly the four disappear and Kyoko is walking alone on the road. After the childhood incident, Kyoko suffered from multiple personality disorder, and she had four personalities that were with her all the time, but Kyoko also has another dangerous personality that comes sometimes, but when she comes, something big happens. At night, Kyoko suddenly wakes up from her sleep and stands up from her bed. Suddenly that dangerous personality comes over him. When Yuko opens her eyes in the morning, Yuko finds a name written on her arm. Yuko gets upset seeing him. She asks all her personalities who did it. But no one knows. Yuko goes to her mother's house to give her money. Her mother also has a boyfriend there. Yoko's mother gives all the money to her boyfriend. The two then start kissing in front of Yuko. Yoko's mother then walks into another room. When she returns, she finds Yoko as Yukomi making love to her boyfriend. Yuko's mother realizes that another personality has come into Yuko. Yukomi takes his phone number and says to meet at night. When Yoko comes home, everyone asks Yukomi why she took mom's boyfriend's number. And Yukomi shouldn't meet him. Finally, at everyone's insistence, Yukomi promises that she won't go. But when they all sleep, Yukomi gets ready and goes to meet her mother's boyfriend. Yukomi and her mother's boyfriend fulfill their desire. The boy puts a hand on Yukomi's shoulder. Yukomi sits with her head down in a strange way. Here the scene changes. Yuko is lying on her bed. He is wearing Yukomi clothes. There is a knock at the door. As Yuko opens the door, her mother suddenly walks in and finds her boyfriend. Then she sniffs Yuko and asks that you slept with him last night, didn't you? She then slaps Yuko, causing Yuko to fall. She climbs onto Yuko's chest and starts hitting Yuko with the heel of her sandal. At Yuko's screams, Ryder comes running and pulls Yuko's mother off of Yuko. Yuko's mother threatens her and leaves. Yoko's face is injured by a heel strike. Ryder cures Yuko and asks Yuko about the adventure. Yuko is in no position to tell him anything. As Ryder starts to leave, Yuko stops him. And she shows him the book he gave to Yuko. Yuko says that she likes this book very much. Especially the ending is very good. The writer is very happy to hear this. He wants to kiss Yoko, but Yoko turns away. And she gets up and goes to another room. Ryder then goes to the room where he sees Yoko there in the role of a little girl. Yoko comes into her third personality, which is a little girl. And she is painting. The girl shows her painting to the writer. There are 4 girls in the painting. The 5th painting is in black color, which reflects Yoko's dangerous personality. Ryder realizes that Yoko has an illness. When the news of Yuko's mother's boyfriend's murder plays on TV, Yuko asks her 3 personalities who could have done it. But no one knows about it. Ryder goes into the elevator. Yoko is already there, but she is in the character of Anomi. Anomi threatens Ryder that she will kill him if he doesn't stop chasing Yoko. The writer is stunned to see this look of Yoko. Ryder goes to the hotel where Yoko works. Ryder asks the manager about Yoko. The manager tells him that we have fired him from the hotel. But the manager is restless. He was actually present at the scene where Yoko was having a humpy-bumpy with her mother's boyfriend in Yukumi's character. When the boy put his hand on Yuko's shoulder, Yuko's dangerous personality came out. And he killed the boy by hitting him with a brick. The manager could see the murder and especially to see in Yoko's that face. And was not able to tell anything to anyone due to fear. Yuko is reading a book. Suddenly she closes the book and looks at the sky, then closes her eyes and lowers her head with a jerk. This is the sign when the dangerous personality takes control of Yoko. Yoko's mother goes to Yoko's house. But the door closes. Ryder comes there. Yoko's mother forces her way into Ryder's house. Ryder asks him about Yoko. The woman tells her everything, that when she was a child, Yuko's stepfather wanted to do something bad to Yuko and Yuko threw him off the roof. After this incident, Yuko suffered from multiple personality disorder. Now any man goes near her, she kills him. The writer gets curious after hearing these things. Yoko's mother then starts to leave. But she falls near the door, which drops her ID card. She comes to her house and sleeps on the couch. Suddenly Yuko comes there, who is completely without clothes. This is actually Yuko's dangerous personality. She hits her mother with a bottle. After killing, she pours blood into a glass and starts drinking it, from which she gets a strange server. When Ryder goes out, he finds Yoko's mother's ID card dropped. He goes to Yoko's mother's house with the card. When he gets there, he is disturbed to see Yuko's mother's dead body. He also finds the same book she had gifted to Yuko near her dead body. The writer understands that Yoko did this. Yuko is sleeping on the table. When her eyes open, she sees all her personalities eating at the table. They are all talking to each other. Then Yuko gets a call that someone has killed her mother. When Yuko heads up to tell her personalities all this, no one is there. Then she looks at his neck in the mirror, where there is blood. Then Yuko gets worried when she unbuttons her shirt, because her entire chest is red with blood. Then Yuko remembers that her mother and her boyfriend were killed by her dangerous personality. Now it's the writer's turn. Because when Yoko was getting her underwear back from the writer, her dangerous personality was there too. And she was looking at Ryder. Yuko then locks herself in the washroom and wants to kill herself with a knife. Anime comes in there. Yuko tells him everything and also reveals her intention that now she wants to kill herself so that no more murders will happen at her hands. Anomi also increases his courage. But suddenly there is a knock at the door and Ryder's voice is heard calling Yuko. Yuko tells her to leave, but Ryder tells her to open the door. Yuko then starts to kill herself, but Anomi stops her. And she goes to the writer with a knife. But in reality, she is Yoko herself. When she opens the door, she points the knife at the writer. The writer scared. But Yuko then lowers the knife and starts to fall. Ryder backs him up. Yoko hugs Ryder and cries. Ryder leads him into the living room. After a while, Ryder kisses Yoko. Then they both did humpy bumpy with each other. There comes all the personalities of Yoko and they all start humpy bumpy with Ryder. While humpy bumpy, Yuko suddenly has a dangerous personality. And she starts strangling Ryder. Suddenly, all the personalities start strangling the writer, which leads to Ryder's death. After some time, Ryder's body is lying and Yuko completes reading the book. And a strange and mysterious smile spreads on her lips. So friends, this was today's story. Hope you like it. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit the bell button. See you in another video. Till then, bye.